Dan Sullivan joins us this morning. Dan, first of all, I know that the one variable that you and Tom Sprouse and everybody over at Muirfield Village, Jack Nicklaus, whoever, have no control over is the weather. But nonetheless, I'm going to congratulate you on the weather because that was fabulous for 4 days. I'm thinking back in my time covering the Memorial going back to '89. There have been some years where you've had no weather delays, but it's been rare, and this was one where Mother Nature really cooperated with you.
Well, we'll take the congratulations. We'll take it every time we can get it.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Matt. I would say, well, I've been here long enough that we did have a couple years in a row, probably 8 or 9 years ago, where it was absolutely perfect, and but it's few and far between. And we always get something during the week that's going to pop up. And amazingly, we didn't get it. And the crowds reacted to it. The players reacted to it. It was tremendous for 4 days. The amount of people that came out here in anticipation of the great field led by Tiger, just to have a great time, watch really good golf, and enjoy each other's company. And I couldn't be more proud of how it turned out.
You mentioned the great field, and one of the, I guess, traditions, so to speak, of the Memorial is your champions quite often, more often than not, are people that have established great resumes, major championships on their resume. You have a champion this year in Patrick Cantlay, who does have one win. This is his second, but it feels like, Dan, with the way he's played this year, that was his 8th top 10. He's, flirted with winning a bunch, finally finishes it off, that maybe 5-10 years from now, we look back at the Memorial and say, this was kind of a breakthrough win for this young man. Do you feel that way with the way that he's been playing?
You look at, if you pay attention and read about his career, first of all, he was a top amateur for over a year when he was in college at UCLA. Came out with high expectation, won the Nicklaus Award, and then had a back injury. He lost his good friend to a really tragic car accident, who was his caddy as well. So he had a really tough start to his professional career. But amazingly, what he's done is he won 2 years ago to kind of get his card and get solidified on tour. And then he's steadily just grown over time. And he finished 3rd in the Masters this year. He finished 2nd at the PGA Championship without anybody really paying attention to him. He's 8th in the world, and he won our tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty amazing. The guy is extremely talented. Same age as the rest of the Jordans and Justin and in that group. And I think that he came out with high expectations. Unfortunately, he had a bunch of setbacks. He's been able to fight through those setbacks. And maybe this is going to be a signature win for him for the future.
I love the way the leaderboard broke down because you're right. He's a still young, up and coming guy, but you have a veteran like an Adam Scott who pushed him and played great at 17 under. Martin Keimer, we haven't heard a lot from the last few years, but oh my gosh, I mean, he's got 2 majors on his resume, a runaway winner several years back at the U.S. Open. Jordan Spieth is in the top 10. Ricky Fowler was flirting a lot of the weekend. And then you mentioned Tiger has a great round yesterday, finishes 9th. You got to be pleased with the overall leaderboard and the depth of competition you have.
Yeah, extremely pleased. You watch Martin Keimer. Obviously something happened to his hand. He had a blister that he couldn't get over while he was playing, but he still finished strong and was able to place a 3rd. Adam Scott was really fun to watch. He had a chance to tie him. Had a great position on 17, just couldn't convert. And then you just go down the list. Jordan Spieth and Jason Duffner, Hideki, so a couple of our past winners. Bryson had a great round yesterday. Tiger's run on the front side through about 14 was tremendous. I mean, the crowd was so into it, and he was feeding off that crowd. The Bud Colley story was really exciting to see and fulfilling to see. Justin Rose played well all the way through. We had a lot of great names out there, enough for people to, if they wanted to sit and just watch the competition, great, or if they wanted to get up and walk around, then they had some really good golf being played.
So now it's over, and as tournament director, Dan, what happens now with you? Because every year you look at the Memorial and there's little tweaks, whether it be to the golf course, whether it be for patrons. Several years ago, you put the bleachers up on 14. There's always changes that are made. How do you evaluate, hey, how did this tournament go for us? And discuss, all right, let's look ahead to next year and what can we do to make it better?
Well, one of the good news is about having such great weather is that it was so calm and nice out there. Everyone was just enjoying it. Our team was able to get around and just observe a little bit, kind of be a fan and take in how our patrons watch the golf tournament. So we took a bunch of notes over the weekend. And then we'll spend the next couple of weeks, huge cleanup. It just takes forever to get everything right, back to normal so the members can have their golf course and we can kind of fade to the sidelines for a little bit. And then we'll spend a lot of time paying attention to every aspect of the tournament and try to make it a little bit better. I think that we did some nice things this year, just tweaking the fan experience and creating more opportunity for people, if they're not watching golf, to do something just with their friends and family. We'll continue that measure, and then all the events that we do around the tournament, whether it's the Legends Luncheon, the benefit concert, the Four Fest event, all of that, the 4-miler. You just want to break down, understand if they're succeeding, if they're going in the right direction, and if they're not, can we help by making some changes and improve and grow.
How much feedback do you get from the players, too, to get their input on what they like and don't like?
We'll hear it from a couple different avenues. We'll hear it directly from the players. We'll hear from caddies. We'll hear from player families. And all the players now have a pretty significant support team with them. So they've got their trainers and their coaches and their mental coaches. And so all of those people are around us throughout the week. And we'll get input as the tournament's going on and directly afterwards. And then obviously you got the PGA Tour and their entire organization and team. They probably had over 100 people here working on the event. Every one of those people are important to us. We got to make sure that those components are correct for their job, for their assignment. And so we'll spend some time listening from them and build a better plan for next year.
Well, from listening to the players this year, well, actually through the years, it's almost nothing but glowing comments. One of the reasons why you get a great field every year. Congratulations, Dan. It was great. We love being out there and appreciate you being so cooperative with us and joining us all the time.
Well, thank you, Matt. You guys are great as a partner, and we appreciate all the support and encouragement along the way.